Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders. This is Abdurrahman and from fxaltaric.com, and here is today's lesson on finding the sweet spots. On my chart is the Aussie US dollar 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart. We will be trading on the 1-hour chart. So what I'm going to do is set up the sweet spots on this particular chart. And as I go through this, I'm just going to give you a clear example as to what I'm doing now. In order to find the sweet spots are basically historical spots in which the charts have come to over and over again. For example, if you look closely on this particular chart, you would see that on this line here is where a support and resistance line from a naked perspective. And what happens is that price has come down here, found some support, and then moved back up. And when it moved back up, it found resistance up here and pushed back down to support. So here you have resistance, 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 and support. On these candles here, this is resistance. On these candles here, it is support. As I draw in these lines, you'll get a better understanding as to what I'm talking about, and you can clearly see this from now we're watching the candles. We will move over to the line chart, and it is the line chart in which you can see how we draw our support and resistance line. Now what I normally do is I want to trade on the 1-hour charts here. So what I'm going to do is go to the higher time frame, because the higher time frame has more value and more precedence than a lower time frame. And what I do is I'm going to put in these. This is now my support and resistance. This is the resistance here. Multiple touches on a support and resistance line. And what I do is I go from the top to the bottom part of my chart. So here is my zone, upper and lower zones, and in between there are also support and resistance levels. I'll find one here. What do I have here? I have resistance here. On this candle right here, on this spot here, it is support. It is support here, and it is support here. Okay, so you're looking for multiple touches on a support and resistance level. Multiple touches meaning one here, resistance, support, support, resistance, resistance, support, support. And when you look at go back to the candle charts, you will see it. Okay, this candle came up and touched it. It came up and then bounced off of it. It went up and bounced off of it. These candles here came down and found support on these levels, at this level here. This candle came down here, it went up, came down, and it found support. Now it broke through this line, that's okay. But this is support and resistance. Resistance here, resistance here. And on these candles, this is all support. Okay, so let's go back to the line chart, and we'll add in the other. Now we're looking again always looking for multiple touches on a support and resistance level. Here, resistance. Here, support. Here, support. Here, this is resistance. Support here. Right here is support. Okay. And I'll go back in and I'll find this. This is support. This is support. This is resistance. Go down here. We're finding support on these levels here, 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 and here. Okay. So as I look right now, this is the chart that I see. I will take this one out. This is not needed. Move the chart. And I go and find the higher points on the chart. Now this is going to be a minor zone here for me. And I'll clear this out later in the candle here. All right. Back to September. Let's move a little bit more and see if we find something here. Down in these levels down here. This is resistance. Resistance here. Resistance. Support is here. Support is here. Now guys, I don't want to go into a whole lot of detail, but here you have a minor zone here on these level here. You have support here, resistance here, support, 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 and here. So on that particular level there, on the lower time frame, it would be on the lower time frame, it would be in, I marked them in red. Okay. And the same will apply here for me. Support, resistance, resistance, support, support, resistance, support. Okay, these are minor zones here because the spacing of the blue support and resistance level should almost be equal. Doesn't have to be, but a good chance. Okay, so once you got that down, that is on your higher time frame. You will move down to the lower time frame. And in the lower time frame, we use a different color, which is red in this case. Here we have support, 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 resistance, support. And I don't see, okay, over here. What do I have? I have support here. I have resistance here. I have support here. I have resistance, support here. I have two resistance here. Resistance is here. So again, multiple touches. 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch, 5 touch, 6 touches, 7 touch. Multiple touches on a support and resistance zone. We're at one here. You see here? Support, support, resistance, resistance. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. And that will be the chart. We'll move back up to bring it back up to the candles, and then you can pretty much see where price action has repeatedly went and found either support coming up, resistance, bullish candle printing. Here you have the candles had moved up, came to this level and found resistance here and pushed down. Okay, candle came down and found support and moved this way back up. So now I'm just basically checking out the charts here. I'll put one down here. Now I'm just basically going through the charts and seeing if my levels need to be adjusted a bit, because sometimes they do need to be adjusted. Okay. I'll move this one down just slightly. Okay. Should take this out here. Take it out here. And that looks pretty good. Now, just as a recap, the blue levels are on the 4-hour chart. These are the 4-hour, and they have more precedence or more weight than the red. Now, we still trade off of the red. But when I see the blue lines, I know that that's a very strong support and resistance line from somewhere. Okay, look at this candle. Went all the way up, hit it, and then bounced down. Okay. So that's the drawing in and finding the sweet spots. We call these the sweet spots. And this is where we will enter into our trades off of these sweet spots, these level support and resistance lines or zones where we will enter into our naked price action trade. With that said, I'll catch you guys in the next video on support and resistance. You guys have a magnificent day on purpose.